Hey YouTube, Electronicwaffle. Before we get started today, just want to explain that I gave 3P the day off. There was some pantology convention or something going on, and he wanted to see it. So I figured I'd give him the day off and let him go over there and see what that was all about. Here's Electronic Waffle and his observations on attention deficit disorder. So this is going to come to a big shock to you guys, I'm sure. But I have A.D.D, attention deficit disorder. There are some people out there who call it attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. But if you ask me, I'm pretty sure it's the exact same thing. Kinda wonder how I sat through my last video I gave you guys. Let me point out, I don't suffer from ADD. I enjoy it. The best way to illustrate my point is to tell you guys that my mind is always going. It's always going, always rapid fire, making connections. Some obvious, some less obvious. It's as if, I never lose my train of thought. My train of thought always has a head-on collision with another train of thought. Yeah, it's a pretty scary thought to think about. Let me give you an example. This was my senior year in high school, and it was an English class, and the teacher was talking about the concept of animism. Now, you see, animism is the concept, the ability to give human-like abilities to non-human things. So, our teacher was trying to explain this, and, you could just get a sense that the class was struggling about it. She was like, okay, well, let's compare the ocean to a female. What two things do they have in common? Now, I gotta tell you, YouTube, this is the honest truth. This is exactly what happened. She posed that question, what do females in the ocean have in common? And then Electronic Waffle, that crazy guy that he is, he goes and goes, crabs! Yeah, anyway, the whole entire class, teacher included, pretty much lost their composure. Yeah, another sign of people with ADD is that they can't finish things. Now, the only way I know this was because I read it in a book. It actually said that people with ADD can't finish things. Now, I don't know if that's true or not because I didn't finish reading the book. I remember one time I picked up a book by Ayn Rand. I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm not really sure. Anyway, Atlas Shrugged. That thick book that it is. And come to find out, my cousin, he actually read it too. So, we were having a conversation about it one day, and I look at him, look at my cousin, and I'm like, yeah, I got real far in that book. I got up to the part about the calendar in the sky. And I look at him again, and he looks at me, and he's like, that's only the second page. And, I look at him, and I'm like, yeah, you see how far I got there, didn't you? One last thing I can leave you guys with. A lot of people think that ADD is for kids only, but there is a real thing, called adult ADD. And while, people who have it like me, we kind of, adapt with it. We, make it the best that we have. Probably YouTube probably helps a whole lot there. But we use it the best we can, but it's one of those things that it never really goes away. I don't think there's a cure for ADD. Pretty sure I wouldn't want it, because I would sacrifice a lot more, in my opinion. But, I think we just, treat it, by various methods. I'm not going to say one's better than the other. But anyway, I just want to say that it does exist for adults. And, surefire sign for ADD in adults is excessive talking. Again, I don't know if that's true or not. But, they say talk is cheap. I hand out free samples. With apologies to the Mark Day Comedy channel on YouTube. This video is supplied for humorous purposes only. Electronicwaffle's A.D.D may not be your A.D.D. Your mileage may vary. This video is for humorous purposes only. It is not intended to treat, diagnose, or cure any disease. Have a nice day and thank you for flying Electronic Waffle Airlines.